And we are live already. So, welcome everyone. And I'm very excited to do another ISIS live, just getting everything in order on this side. And as every week, I have Erin with me to assist me in asking the questions. Welcome, Erin. Thanks for your help again. And I am just double checking the visibility. Yes, all good. So just still figuring out everything on YouTube and how to go live in a way that I have everything organized. So thanks everyone for being patient with me, with us. And I don't have much of an energy update this week. I'm curious to hear if anyone else has an energy update. The only thing that I do want to say is I just realized that is less than a week ago, we had a full solar eclipse here on Ibiza. And it was truly a magical experience. I know there was an eclipse in many parts of Europe, but not so many had the full eclipse. And here in Ibiza we did. And I was actually guiding a walk with about 30 people joining me. And I was expecting it to be special, but just having it completely turn dark and then moving back into the light and then having the sunset shortly after was just really, really special. So I'm curious to hear if other people have had, excuse me, have had a special experience with the eclipse. And my guides, excuse me, my guides actually came up the morning of the eclipse, sharing a little bit more about the eclipse and how it was such a special moment of transitioning from light to dark to light to dark, and then of course light again the next morning, and how that amplifies changes within you and how you can shift more easily to a new version of you with that. There have been some talks about dangers or people thinking that the eclipse would be a bad thing. And we actually channeled on that on our weekly channeling group that we have here in Ibiza. And what came out of that is that most of those beliefs stem from when people weren't aware of what was actually happening with an eclipse, because they didn't know that the moon would move in front of the sun and that was causing the darkness. All of a sudden it turned dark halfway through the day, and then shortly after it became light again, and people kind of just lost their mind over it. And because of that, there's a lot of ancient traditions that believe that avoiding being in the eclipse is better than being outside and seeing it, viewing it live. So I'm curious to hear if that resonates with you or if you have any other thoughts. If there are any comments already about this, Erin, let me know.
Yeah, nothing as of yet.
No, okay, cool, all good. I'm just curious to see if there's any other experiences or views on the eclipse from people that have seen it or maybe consciously chose not to see it, and what their feeling about it was. And then we're just gonna go into the meditation. I'm sorry, I just have a an itch in my throat. So just allow yourself to turn inwards. And to really arrive in this moment, this time, this space, right here, right now. And just feel that no matter if you're watching this live or at a later time, just by connecting in together, we can assist each other, guide each other, help each other to turn in even more, to be even more connected to yourself and to the support around you. Knowing that your guides are always present with you. And if you like, you can even ask them to show themselves to you, to make themselves known to you. So you can see them, hear them, sense them, know that they are there in any way that is best for you in this moment. Sometimes we might think that we would be very excited to see our guides, but they might know that we are not fully ready for that yet. So they have different ways of showing themselves until we are fully ready to meet with them without our system going into shock, without being too overwhelmed by it. So just trust that your guides know what you're asking them. They can hear you, they can feel you, they can see you, and they will answer your requests in the best possible way. And just really sink into that connection. Sink into a state of presence. Tuning inwards, feeling yourself, this moment, and noticing what is going on within you when you choose to become still and take the time to listen, to feel, to observe what is going on inside of you. And see if you can just be present with whatever shows up without any judgment, without the need to change it, to control it, but to allow it exactly as it is. And to observe it and watch it come and go without getting attached to it. And then allow yourself to sink even more into this moment, noticing the pull of gravity, feeling your bum, your legs, your feet pressing on the surface that you're sitting on. And use that to ground yourself. If you like, you can visualize big, strong roots growing down from the base of your spine, from the soles of your feet, down, 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 deep, 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 deep into the earth, through all the layers of the earth, deep, 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 deep down, where you spread your roots wide as well. So you're firmly rooted, firmly anchored into this time and space right here, right now. And feel how, with that connection downwards into the earth, you're able to open yourself up for a deeper connection upwards into the universe. Trees with deep, strong roots down can grow much higher and reach further and wider than trees that are barely rooted. So while feeling your roots deep down into the earth, allow yourself to open up your crown and shoot up a cord of light, up, 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 straight into the heart of the universe, where you plug in and receive that connection with the universe, with Source, with all of your highest self parts. And allow that light, that connection to stream downwards through your cord of light into your crown, filling up your head and your whole body, lightening you up, enlightening every part of you, every cell, every atom, every fiber of your being. Feel the light coming in, helping you to relax and to surrender into that connection, knowing that you are firmly rooted, strongly anchored, and with that, able to receive more and more of your connection upwards. So allow that light to flow in and to enlighten you, to give you inspiration, insights, and understanding of that which is needed for you in this moment. So just allow that to fully sink in, to really sense that connection, and know that if you want to go deeper into these meditations, I'm guiding a meditation every Thursday on my Patreon. You can sign up there and join those live or what's the replays. Those meditations are more in depth, and there are several meditations every week. So sign up there if you want to join me for more of that. And with that being said, I am gonna tune into my connection with Isis. And I actually put out a question with Erin myself already, as soon I'll be traveling from Ibiza to the south of France, as well as to Glastonbury. And I do know that Isis has a connection to the south of France, is the area where Mary Magdalene was. And I do know there's something like an Isis chair, but that's actually all I know. And I'm curious if there's any information about that. So I asked Erin to ask me that. And of course, any other questions are more than welcome as well. Let me see what she wants to bring forth today. Isis, Isis. Isis is here now, dear ones, and I am here with you, sharing my light, sharing my energy with each of you. So you can not only receive through the words that are being shared through this channel, but are capable of receiving your own insights, your own connection, your own messages from me through the connection in the energy straight from me to you at any moment. There are many things to share about the connection to France and Glastonbury. As many of the connections with the divine feminine are closely related to the connection with me, with Isis. So any place of worship to a divine feminine being is also connected to Isis, to me. Any place where the divine feminine was honored carries that frequency and has a openness to connect with any of the divine feminine beings that are known to you on your planet. So any place of worship for any divine feminine deity, for any divine feminine being, is also related to my energy and is a place where it is easy for any of you to find the connection with me or any other divine feminine being. Know that in the end, all is one. All are connected. And all are images of the same. So no matter which feminine being you feel connected to, you are also connecting to the other divine feminine beings, known and unknown to you, as we all come forth when the divine feminine is called forth. You can ask your questions now.
Hello, Isis. It's a pleasure to co-create with you again.
It is.
Ankhana has a question. She would like to know, do you have any connection to Glastonbury and the south of France?
As shared already, any place that has a connection to the divine feminine is connected to, is a place where a connection to me is easier. To be more specific to these two places, I will share that in the south of France, that is known for the places where Mary Magdalene has been. There are several places that carry my energy signature, as well as the mentioned Isis chair, as a place next to the water where The ones that are connected to my energy will recognize signs of my presence. This is a stream with a place of worship next to it. But it's not at that place of worship where my energy is strongest. I will guide Ankhana on her journey to find me, and she will share more of that afterwards. In Glastonbury, there is no special place devoted to just the Isis energy, but there are many places connected to the divine feminine, and as known to Ankhana, in Avebury Stone Circle there is a portal to Egypt where the connection with me is easily created. So anyone visiting Avebury Stone Circle, sit down, feel where you are guided to, find the portal, and call upon me if you are guided to do so.
Thank you, Isis. That was lovely. Another question. I will ask, there's no questions on the live chat, so I will ask the question. When the eclipse happened, I went outside and I was, as it was hitting its peak, I saw like to the right hand side of me, like I saw like an object, a physical object in the sky, and I've never seen anything like it before. I've been looking up in the sky around here for 20 years. I live near RAF Norfolk, so it's a red zone. You can't fly anything because I got a drone. You can't fly it, and I see planes landing and helicopters coming into land. This thing wasn't. It was on the same trajectory as things are when they're landing, but it wasn't descending in altitude, and it was moving at a rapid speed. But it looked very unusual looking. It looked sort of bulbous on the top, like it had a dome on the top of it, and then it had all this sort of gear hanging on, sort of hanging underneath it. And when I put my camera up to actually record it, like usually, like people don't see things and then they catch it on their camera, but this was the opposite. I actually put my camera up in the exact place it was going past when it was going past this tree, and the camera wasn't seeing it, but I could see it with my eyes. So can you give me some more information about this? I'll be very grateful. Thank you.
What you are able to see is something that is not visible to many others, including your camera. You are capable of perceiving things that are outerworldly, and in this case it was some technology that was actually there to record the frequencies on your planet during this eclipse time. This station comes from a dimension that is unknown to many of you, and it's a technological dimension that is coming more and more forth at these times. The eclipse has shifted the available connections to you humans. It has opened up the higher dimensions, different dimensions than you were capable of connecting with before. And that which you saw is one of the first things that you will see from this dimension as you have evolved a certain sensitivity to these ships and stations and things that are shown to you in the sky. You were able to see this during the eclipse while your camera wasn't, as your camera is on a frequency, on a vibration that is only capturing that which is agreed upon by many. So it is not capable of catching that which is outerworldly, other dimensional, of that certain vibration. The outer dimensions that are more closely related, more known to the ones on your planet, are possible to capture by regular camera, as they are already known, and your cameras have been adjusted to capture them by now. A camera from a certain amount of years ago wouldn't have been able to capture the ships that are now being captured by your cameras in the same way that that which you are now seeing with your bare eyes is not able to be captured on camera just yet, but will be captured in a few years' time. Know that you are one of the first ones seeing this because you have been looking up to the sky for so many years. And they are grateful for this connection, and they are aware of your wish to see more of them, and they are preparing you for contact.
Oh, thank you very much, Isis. This is
One more
very
thing
exciting.
that she's sharing here is that the upcoming retreat that you're doing is gonna assist you energetically to be able to have a more direct connection to the beings that have been showing themselves to you for years. And you will learn some techniques that will provide you with that which is needed for that connection that you are longing for.
Yeah, that sounds very exciting. Very exciting. I can't wait. Been waiting a long time.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay. Debbie has joined us now. Hello, Debbie.
Mm.
She would like to know why during the eclipse did we not see the moon approaching or leaving? Could it be possible the shadow was caused by something other than the moon?
Mm. So this question was actually asked within my group as well while we were watching it, and they are kind of showing me what is happening with that. So let me try to get the full picture and then explain it. So they are just showing it to me. And yeah, I'm not sure if I can explain it with words 100%. So what they are showing me is that the moon, the part of the moon, it was a new moon. So that's why it wasn't that visible when coming in. And then if you saw, like after the full eclipse, you could see the moon being to the left of the eclipse and then the shadow still in front of the sun. So it's how everything is aligned, that you weren't able to see the moon coming in because it was only a tiny sliver. And as soon as it would come close to the sun, the light would be too bright to actually spot it there. And then when it was kind of moving away again, you would see the sliver of the new moon. Before that, the moon was not fully fully visible. I think that is the best how I can explain it. Let me see if there's anything else that wants to be said about that. I am checking if it might have been something else that was causing that shadow, and I do get a no to that. I would be interested to hear, Debbie, if you have other information or if you have other insights. Let me see if there's anything Isis wants to say about this. The moon covering the sun is something that yeah, so what she's showing it more to me in like imaging, than it's almost as if we need to recreate it in a way that you have a viewpoint, something, a light spot, and something that is the size of the light spot, and then having exactly the right dimensions of everything to understand that the way that the sun radiates its light and the way that the moon comes in and then moves, as well as the path that you are in, that it's in there, what is possible to see with your eyes at that given time. And if I ask if it's different with a full moon, I get a yes. So it seems that the new moon state has to do with it. Yeah, that's
I understand how it works. Like the moon, you can only see the moon, the part of the moon from your perspective when the sun is shining on it, is reflecting off the moon. So the moon is going around the earth, and the dark side is always away from the earth. The moon doesn't spin. So like wherever the sun is and the moon is around the planet, you will see the reflection. So if it was a new moon, the sun would have been up here, and the moon, it would have just been shining on the side of it here, but the moon is still closer to the earth. So as it comes and moves in front of the sun, yeah, you won't actually see it because the sun isn't reflecting on it. You would only like it. You, I'm not sure you would get an eclipse and a full moon at the same time.
I'm not sure about that, but that like the I'm not sure if the full moon um
You'd have
I
to
d-
do it on a diagram, though. You'd have
yeah,
to really show people. You'd have to
yeah.
do a diagram.
That's kind of what she's like showing me.
Yeah.
So the new moon state definitely has to do with it, and a full moon or a fuller moon, it will be different. Um, that's all I can, and yeah, they keep showing me kind of the Earth, the moon, and the sun and how it works, but I can't really put that better into words as I and Erin just have done now. Um, yeah. Are there any more questions? If not, it's fine for me to wrap it up here, but if there are, I'm happy to answer more.
No, there's no one said any. As I can look in on my laptop and my phone, and there's only one question, Debbie. Uh,
Mm,
just refresh this and just in case.
mhm.
No, nothing else. Nothing else.
Nothing more?
No,
Okay. Do
no.
you have another question you want to ask? Or otherwise, I'm gonna close.
Uh, I could ask a question. I could ask like you could read my energy and tell me if there's something I need to work on or something like that.
Mm.
That's possible. Right?
Know that you are already being prepared for that which you are opening up to and will receive during the upcoming retreat that you are joining. Your enthusiasm and openness is that which is most helpful to you. The one thing that I'd like to suggest to you is to try to not see everything from a mind's perspective, but allow yourself to feel more into that which you are receiving. You have a treasure of knowledge, a lot of insights that you have gathered over the years. But I'd like to invite you to go in with a blank mind. Try not to explain anything to yourself and receive that which is being shared as a child that receives this information for the first time without trying to grasp it, but mostly experiencing it, receiving it by being in it. As in this way, you will reach a new level of understanding, one through experience rather than explanation, understanding from a mind's perspective. And this is something that goes for anyone that has a very strong mind, but also finds him or herself on their spiritual journey. Not everything is possible to be understood from the mind. Not everything is understood through words. Many of the phenomena you are interested in are unexplainable. So the more you allow yourself to experience without trying to explain, without trying to understand from your mind, the more you can know and learn through experience. And then one thing that Isis is showing me for you in particular, Erin, is almost as if your field is like being like the buttons or the elements in your auric field are being pushed and tapped and opened up and awakened and put in the right position so that you are capable of receiving even more during this retreat. It really seems that this retreat is going to take you next level in many different ways. Yeah.
Wow, that sounds amazing. I can't
Mm.
wait now. You've actually made me more excited,
Good.
Paula. Thank you very much, Isis. I really appreciate that, and Ankhana. We do have another question here.
Mm.
Uh, someone called Pharaoh. Pharaoh. Hello, can Isis speak about the feeling of anxiety? Why are some people experiencing it? And what should they do about it?
Most anxiety comes from a resonance in your field with something that is out of harmony, something that brings your field to a restless state. And this is then causing your body and your mind to go into this restless state. And that is which is causing the anxiety to be felt and experienced by you. You are responding to something that is disturbing your field, which is then affecting your body and mental experience of it. What is needed to respond less to these disharmony causing frequencies from outside of you is by learning to be in touch with your own energetic field, creating a awareness of your own resonance, becoming more and more aware of how to take care of your field, how you are able to balance your energy to maintain your frequency by meditating, as well as learning to release that which is stored in your field, or emotional triggers or triggers from past experiences, past lifetimes that are there, that respond more rapidly to these triggers that cause this disharmony. By listening to these words, a lot of it is already being cleared if you allow that to happen, if you choose to receive from this message. And know that you are able to bring back the harmony within your field, and with that lessen the anxiety by knowing how to maintain a calm and restful vibration in the field around you. You might still feel and notice friction when bumping into something that is out of balance, but it is less affecting you. These anxieties are not as much a response to a certain happening outside of you, but a response to that which is in the field as a response to that which is being experienced. Let me know if this is sufficient for you.
Thank you, Isis. Another person has said hello, Isadora Soderstrom. I hope I pronounced that right. She says, hello, Ankhana and Isis and Aaron. Hello. Have I already been initiated by you? And if so, what would you suggest me to do to move forward in my path? And how can I generate the money to continue on this path?
You have been initiated, yes, 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 many, many, many times over. The remembrance that you have of that is already present within you, although not fully awakened yet. By spending time with conscious connection with my frequency, with a Isis channeling, with a meditation that is around my energy, anything that is related to the frequency of Isis, connecting to an image, a feeling, a knowing related to that which I represent, will help you to open up more fully to that which is present within you. And the more you connect, the more you will understand how you can express this in your life. Know that the path is there for you to explore this in a way that not immediately is your main source of income, as that will affect the way that you perceive this connection. Once you feel you have to prove or perform, you experience a certain narrowness within the connection. There is a pressure when you feel you have to deliver. So for now, allow this gentle journey to unfold. Share where you feel like sharing. Know that you are invited to welcome in a financial exchange, but allow it to be a gentle reopening, reawakening. So you are not limiting or straining the connection while you are regaining full awareness of it. I am here with you. I am connected with you, and I am grateful to work with you and through you in any possible way.
Thank you, Isis. Pharaoh says thank you for the answer as well.
Mm. You're very welcome.
So that is all the questions on the live chats.
Oh, then I'm just gonna thank Isis for her presence, her sharings, her love, her energy, her beauty, her radiance, and everything that she brings to all of you and to me through these transmissions. Know that there's much more shared than which is expressed in words. And as always, she wants me to remind you that you can connect with her at any time if you feel to do so.
Isadora said thank you so much.
You're very, very welcome, honey. And if anyone feels like really diving into that which they feel they want to express in this lifetime here on Earth, I have a very special apprenticeship coming up. We're starting on the equinox in September. It's a program of 6 months, and I am going to help you to embody everything that you've learned so far. If there's more to learn, I will guide you with that as well, but it's mostly about embodying and finding the way that you can share your gifts and how you can connect to your fullness and find its expression here on Earth. So if you want to know more about that, it's on my website, ankhana.com, and there's an application form there. Fill it in, and then I'll reach out to you. I'm super excited about that one because it's going to be something really, really special. So thank you everyone for joining. Thank you, Erin, for helping me again. I am most probably traveling next week, but I will try to be here again. Erin is going to be on his retreat, so he won't be helping me. But if I can, I will be online, and I'll make sure that there's someone else who can ask me the questions. Thank you, Erin. Thank you, everyone. Ciao, ciao.